Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video and another episode of Mix Set Monday. Only today's episode is going to be a little different since there's a certain degree of theory crafting behind it. I took a short season break, if you will, from Mix Set Monday since I was busy working on some other stuff, but it's back, and with Behemoth dropping this week and with a new armor set, hopefully that'll bring with it some new and exciting combinations. However, today, some of you guys asked me if I'd be making mix sets in preparation for Behemoth, and of course the answer to that is yes. So I'm going to use today's episode to share those with you, and then next week I'll take all your submissions and begin working them back into these episodes. But today, the focus is on Behemoth. Now obviously, with the quest not going live till Thursday this week, or Wednesday if you're in the States, then it's hard to know exactly what we need on the sets for sure. But what we can do is build them based on the information we currently have. So I've put together 3 sets. 2 of them are for those looking to assume the tank role and hold Behemoth's aggro while their team continue to deal damage, and the third is a support/damage set that allows you to both assist your team whilst getting stuck in. However, just before we get started, don't forget we also kicked off another giveaway the other day for another God of War PS4 Pro. The competition is open worldwide, and if you guys want a chance to win, simply click the link in the description box down below and follow the instructions to enter. Now, let's start at the top. What do we know about Behemoth so far? Well, from the information shared, we know that the fight plays out a little differently. Anyone that attacks Behemoth's head can build what is known as enmity, or aggro to use a more commonly known term. This then allows someone to hold Behemoth's attention and essentially tank the fight. This is of course only relevant in this quest since it's a collaboration with Final Fantasy XIV and class roles are a big part of MMOs. So already, we need someone to run tank, stand at Behemoth's head, continue attacking, and ideally not die in the process. We also know that Behemoth is weak to water, and we know that among all the other moves, he has an insanely powerful meteor attack that'll wipe the stage clear and kill anyone that is caught in the blast. Skills like Guts will have no effect when the meteor lands. You also will not be able to farcast it out either, so you have to hide behind the comets that land to survive. And while they haven't spoken about skills like Guard Up, or abilities like Foresight Slash, if they're disabling Farcasters and making it so that Guts doesn't work, I'm going to make an assumption, at least for the purposes of this video, that Guard Up will also not work on the Meteor. So with all of that in mind, let's take a look at the first set. This is a Lance tank set. It's comprised of the Dragon King Eyepatch Alpha, the Valhazak Male Gamma, the Empress Vambraces Beta, the Valhazak Coil Gamma, and the Valhazak Greaves Gamma. Your charm is the Ironside Charm 3, and the lance in this case is the Empress Lance Styx, the Lunar Jiva variant, ideally with health augment thrown in. On the decoration front, you're then going to want 3 critical dual 2s, 3 footing dual 2s, 1 flawless dual 2, 1 tenderizer dual 2, and 3 vitality dual 1s. Altogether, this then gives you the Valhazak Vitality set bonus, which allows you to recover health beyond the red portion, and since you're going to be up at the front holding Behemoth's aggro, it'll allow you to passively regen any health you might lose in the process. You then have Tremor Resistance level 3. Now at this stage, it's unclear whether level 3 is overkill, but in the gameplay we saw of Behemoth, there was one segment where Ryoza was running to the comet to hide from the meteor, and Behemoth slammed down on the ground, caused him to stumble, and then he died. So because of this, I'm throwing in Tremor Resistance to avoid incidents like that. Health boost is of course for that plus 50 health. Behemoth hits hard, and let's be honest, more health never hurt anyone. Plus, if you're going to be getting the brunt of his full frontal attacks, again this will be nice to have. Recovery speed level 3 quadruples the speed that you regen red health, and that's important since the Valhazak Vitality only kicks in when red health has regenerated. Critical boost level 3 gives you that 40% increase on critical hit damage. Now keep in mind that as a tank your role isn't really damage, it's to hold aggro, so this isn't a heavy damage focused set, but given that you're going to be constantly poking the head, it doesn't hurt to throw in something to give you a little bit more when landing those crits. Same goes for Weakness Exploit, that 50% affinity when striking those weak spots. You then have Peak Performance level 2 for that plus 20 attack when your health is full, and since you're going to be guarding or countering a lot of attacks, staying at full health shouldn't be too difficult. You then have Guard level 3 to greatly decrease the impact of attacks and reduce stamina depletion by 15%. Now yes, I could have gone all in with Guard level 5, but generally speaking, Guard 3 is ample for a lot of what gets thrown at us in the game. Obviously when we fight Behemoth, if I find Guard 3 isn't cutting it, I might have to make some adjustments, but based on current performance, this should allow you to simply block all basic attacks, and it should heavily reduce knockback on bigger moves. Wide range comes from the Gauntlet, so it's not really serving any purpose here, but if you do stop to drink a potion at one point, then there's a little bit of benefit to your team. Recovery Up increases the amount that you recover when restoring health by 10%. The Dragon Attack is just a byproduct of the Valor armor, and then Razor Sharp is part of the weapon, and it halves the rate at which you lose sharpness, allowing you to maintain that white sharpness for a little bit longer. So altogether, you have a set that allows you to stand your ground, at Behemoth's head, maintain your unrelenting attacks to keep up that enmity, and ideally not die in the process. You'll need to gauge the fight accordingly to work out whether you should be blocking versus countering, and I'll likely do a follow-up video once I've actually fought him, but for now, this is going to be the set that I personally take into the fight this week when I go and tank for my team. Then moving on from there, we have another set for assuming the tank role, Lance again, but this time built a little differently. This one is comprised of the Wrathsoul Helm Beta, the Rathalos Mail Beta, the Kaiser Vambraces Beta, the Corvtiroth's Malice Beta, and the Kirin Legguards Beta. Again, your charm is the Ironside Charm, and this time the Lance is the Taroth Crest Water, since we're going to be taking advantage of Behemoth's weakness to water. On the decoration front, you'll then want 2 critical jewels, 4 stream jewels, 1 handicraft jewel, and 2 vitality jewels. Altogether, this then gives you the Rathalos 2-piece set bonus, critical element, which increases elemental damage when landing critical hits. You then have water attack level 4, pushing the Taroth Lance up to 540 water. It can take an extra gem at level 5, but it'll only give you 550 water, and I'd rather use that slot for something else. Free element level 3 is necessary since the water element on this lance is hidden. Critical boost and weakness exploit serve the same purpose as last time, as does guard, and this time you'll have health boost level 2, and handicraft level 2 giving you a small slither of white sharpness. You don't have the recovery with this one, but what you do have is the opportunity to dip a little bit more into Behemoth's elemental weakness while sticking at the head to attack. So this is essentially an alternative option depending on how you want to play. Then finally, this one is a horn set that allows you to not only support your team, but also get stuck in and do damage at the same time while your tank is holding Behemoth's attention. For this one, you'll want the Nogante Helm Beta, Corvtiroth's Aya Beta, Empress Vambraces Beta, Nogante Coil Beta, and the Empress Greaves Alpha. The charm is the Attack Charm 3, and the horn in this instance is the Devil Joe Horn, Deep Vero. This one has Attack Up Large, Defense Up Large, and Health Boost Large, all very nice skills. For decorations, you'll want 2 Dragon Jewels, 3 Tenderizer Jewels, 2 Critical Jewels, 1 Friendship Jewel, and 1 Sonorous Jewel. Altogether, this then gives you the Lunastra set bonus to increase your stamina cap, attack boost level 5 for that plus 15 attack and 5% affinity, full wide range level 5, meaning you can use items to benefit your entire team in the fight. This can help heal your tank as well as everyone else. Crit boost and weakness exploit again, the same principle, more critical hit damage and more affinity when striking those weak spots. I'm unsure at this stage where all of Behemoth's weak spots are, but I imagine there'll be something around the back for those not attacking the head. Stun resistance is just a part of the Corv armor, health boost again for more health in case you get hit. Dragon Attack level 2 for the Devil Joe Horn. We don't know Behemoth's other weaknesses, but it has a blue Scoutfly trail, which indicates it's likely an Elder Dragon, so it's bound to have at least a 2-star weakness to Dragon. Maximum Might, of course, for a bit more affinity when stamina is full, and that'll help offset the negative affinity of the Horn, and of course, Horn Maestro to increase the effect duration of hunting Horn melodies. So, with this, you can then support your team when they need it, buff them with some top tier songs, and then get stuck in and deal some serious damage, as you should be. But that, my friends, is pretty much it for this week. Those are my sets that myself and some of my team will be taking into the hunt this week. Of course, they may change once we actually go face to face with Behemoth, so if they do, perhaps we'll update them in next week's episode. Of course, if you have your own options, then submit them in the usual places, either to the Mixset Monday email, mixsetmonday@gmail.com, or over at the Arekkz Gaming Discord in the Mixset submission channel. Links to all of that are down below. If you enjoyed this video, then a like would be super appreciated. And thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.